Hello, and welcome to the Mama Making Podcast, where we share stories of moms making impact in their own lives and in the world around them. I'm Jessica, and each week I sit down with women who are building businesses, leading communities, shaping culture, and redefining what success looks like inside of motherhood. Because motherhood does not have to stop your ambition, it can transform it. Now let's get into it. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mama Making Podcast. I'm your host, Jessica, and today it is just me. I haven't done a solo episode in a really long time, and there are a lot of things coming up for the podcast this year that I'm really excited to share about. So I figured I'd give you some life updates, some podcast updates, and just check in about me. So first, I want to start with the podcast. I have had such an incredible year of podcasting this past year. I, of course, did my Spotify Unwrapped for the podcast, and the amount of listener growth I've had this year has been crazy. Like hundreds of percentage increase of listenership and followership, and I could not be more excited. I have been podcasting for 5 years, and I have had the most growth over this last year. So thank you to those who this past year subscribed and followed and became part of this Mama Making Podcast crew. To those who have been here since day one or close to day one, I am so grateful that you have stuck around and hope you continue to. So my goal for this next season of podcasting is to kind of refocus a little bit. In this past season, we got more into entrepreneurship, which was simply because I have gotten into entrepreneurship, and I have found through talking to so many different moms and in the entrepreneurship world that a lot of them have started after having kids. So it kind of inspired my focus for the next season of podcasting, which is moms making impact. So I come from a background of nonprofit fundraising, and the main purpose of our job is to share impact and share what that organization or what that person is doing to bring impact to that cause, and doing kind of a deeper reflection, a deeper dive on myself as a podcast host and the podcast on its own. A lot of the things I have been doing are just that, whether it's full scale creating lactation pods around the country, or it's creating a small community network. I have loved being able to share people's stories in general, but also sharing where they're making impact. And I know that it inspires me to want to do more and push harder and create something more. And it's just so inspiring to see these moms who are like, hey, this system doesn't work well for me or my family. And so I'm going to recreate it and do it the way that I want to do it. And for a lot of moms, that's entrepreneurship. And I'm just so inspired by that and wanted to focus this next season on impact. So not just entrepreneurship, but moms making an impact overall, whether it is an entrepreneurship, it is in your community, or it's through advocacy of some sort, or it's through a special project you're doing or a nonprofit you've started. I want to share those stories. I'm inspired. I know my listeners will be inspired, and really want to push that forward. And so with that, this year I have kind of committed myself to putting it all out there for the podcast. Like I said, I've been doing this for 5 years. While I personally feel a little green still in the podcasting space, and I'm still learning so much each season and every year I go podcasting, I want more out of the podcast. I want to push myself to get out there a little bit more, put my podcast, put myself on display, and kind of welcoming everything that can and will come to me in the podcast. So with that said, I have had a list of guests who are big guests to me that I have been preciously holding on to in my Google Drive and for whatever reason have been afraid to send a pitch email. And through some encouragement from a really great Mom Friends Media Collective, moms who are podcasters, I finally did it. I reached out to a handful of really big guests that I have been waiting for whatever reason to reach out to invite on the podcast. So I not only did that, but I did a recently get on Threads, and I did just a guest call out thinking I would get maybe 10 people who are like, yeah, I'm in alignment. The call out was, if you're mom's making an impact in entrepreneurship, advocacy, community work, whatever it might be, nonprofit. And I got over 200 responses. So if you're one of those ladies who responded to me and have not heard from me yet, I promise you we're getting an email out. But just hearing the moms around the world who are doing things that are making a major impact got me so excited for this next season. I think it's going to be an incredible season, different from any of the others. And really can't wait to see what comes next from that. I'm hoping it's going to be reaching more people, and our listenership will continue to grow and our community will continue to grow. With that, I would also love to be more in my own community. Had the goal last year of attending more in-person events. So I did it last year. I had a handful of events that I wanted to attend. And even though I was like, what value can I, the continuing thought cycle of like, who wants to hear from me? What do I have to offer? I kind of pushed to the side and committed to a few events. And I had so much fun meeting new moms and meeting other business owners or entrepreneurs and in the birth world. And I want to do it again this year. So if you are involved in a community event or running a community event or know of one in the Chicagoland area that you think the Mama Making Podcast might be a right fit for, please reach out to me, mamamakingpod@gmail.com, and I would love to hear more about your event. It's just so fun to be seeing people in person. Obviously, I get to chat with people all over the world virtually, but in person, something a little different. So if you know of any or are throwing any incredible events this year, please reach out to me. I'd love to be involved, and we'll see where things go. With that, again, 5-year podcaster, I have sent out one sponsorship solicitation email. Going back to the big guests, I think I'm just scared. I'm scared to hear no, and I think I'm limiting myself in the opportunities that are coming to me by not even asking. So I've decided that I'm in the same vein of putting it all out there. I am going to open up sponsorship. I have a list of sponsors and brands that I want to reach out to, but I also want to consult my community here. If you have a brand or a company that you love, that you think would be in alignment with moms, motherhood, women, entrepreneurship, community impact, please feel free to DM me on social media or email me again at mamamakingpod@gmail.com. And I would love to figure out how I can collaborate with them. If you are a business owner, I'd love to speak with you, but I want to be really intentional about who I take sponsorship from, which seems a little bit silly, but I think it's part of that like alignment, making sure that the people I'm collaborating with and connecting with are right for my community. So again, if you are a business owner, if you have a brand that you love, please send info my way at mamamakingpod@gmail.com. And I'd love to see where we can take things. With that said, in the business realm of things, I don't talk a ton about my business on the podcast. I'll talk about it here and there. I've gotten a lot more into entrepreneurship the last few episodes, simply because that's where I'm at in my life. And I have had some really incredible growth over the last few months. So my business is Collabs Creative, and it is a boutique digital marketing company for small business owners. I've always had a heart for small business owners, especially as someone in nonprofit who knows that you are doing, if it's not getting done by you, it's getting done by no one. So I've always had a heart for helping small business owners and supporting. And I think one of the ways that can be really valuable is helping on the digital marketing forefront. So we do social media, we do branding, we do website, we do most things that you would think of as marketing to help support small business owners move their product or their service or their business or nonprofit forward. And our goal is just to work alongside business owners and people making an impact in our communities and be a source of relief for them in an area that might be a little bit scary. So I haven't done a ton of marketing for my own business because mostly it's been word of mouth. But as I begin to take on new big clients, I am starting to feel like I want to share about it a little bit more. I am in the thick of it, building a business, and which sounds like crazy for me to say because I never thought I would be in this position. But I think I'm going to share a little bit more about what that looks like for me in hopes that it inspires other people who are just getting started or thinking about getting started, or even people who are in business owners and have been for decades that want to help other people figure out how to make their businesses grow, but really get to like the nitty gritty of the day to day, what it actually looks like, and the ups, the downs, the challenges. So I think I'm going to sneak in here with a solo episode or two throughout this next season to share updates about my business, what it looks like. As of today, I am in deep with onboarding new clients, onboarding contractors, which is crazy to me. So I'll probably be sharing a little bit more about that and like truly feeling like I don't have my shit together at all. And I mean, I'm in the building phase, and so are my processes and all the above. So I think I'll be sharing a little bit more on that. But if you are a small business owner or know a small business owner and want a little support, reach out to me at jessica@collabscreative.com or go check out our website at collabscreative.com to see if we're a right fit. We'd love to help support you in wherever you're at in your business journey. So that brings me to life, my personal life and family. My goal for this year was to focus on staying home more, which sounds crazy because I work from home. But we bought our home in June, or we bought our home earlier in 2025. We moved in June and quite literally traveled every month to Christmas. So I wanted to refocus this year on kind of hunkering down and enjoying our home. We love it. It's like our perfect little slice of heaven that we really love to spend time in, but I am very guilty of overcommitting us to plans and activities. And so my goal for this year was to focus more on quality over quantity and alignment. So I find myself saying yes to everything. And by the time I get to the thing, I'm like, oh, why did I commit to doing this? This isn't fun. I don't want to do this. So I want to focus more on alignment and thinking ahead and like, does this align with where I'm at? Does this align with my goal of spending more time at home, making memories at home with our family? Is this really going to serve me this weekend that's already packed full? Is it going to fill my cup with social interaction? Is it going to benefit my family? So all those things I typically throw out the window because I'm like, yeah, whatever, add it to the calendar. But with my business getting busy and my podcast efforts getting busy, I have really had to reevaluate my time and where it's best served. And so this is kind of part of that, part of making sure that when I get to the day of the event, I'm like, hell yeah, let's do this. Or thank God we're seeing our friends today. Thank God I'm getting my kid outside because he's a menace in our house in the winter. Whatever it may be, I'm really excited to start refocusing on that and kind of grounding myself. I tend to live like up here and not really focus on the things that are happening day to day until they're happening. I think intention and alignment is really where I'm focused this year. So we'll see where that goes. I think it's been going great so far. It is a little easy to hunker down and focus on spending time at home when you live in Chicago during the winter. So as spring starts to come, really challenging myself to focus on that goal. But yeah, that's where we're at. As you'll see in some of the upcoming episodes on the podcast, we are hoping to expand our family this year. What that looks like, I am unsure as of right now. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to share on it right now. But as the episodes go through the rest of the season, you'll start to pick up on where we're at with our family. And yeah, I don't know. So I don't know what it's going to look like. And I hesitate to future trip and plan and share with you what it's all going to look like. But we're hopeful to continue to grow our family, and I'll be trepidatious and intentional about what I'm sharing, where we're at, but you'll start to see through the next few episodes of the podcast where we're at. And yeah, I think that's kind of it on the family front. I'm really excited about what this year has to offer, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to continue to be in these arenas and kind of shoot my shot wherever I'm at, and I'm really learning a lot about myself and what I'm capable of, and kind of retelling the stories I tell myself and retooling what I think I'm able to or capable of doing. And yeah, kind of focusing on getting myself out there, getting my podcast out there, getting my business out there, really doing the damn thing. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. I am over the moon about the success the podcast has had this last year, and just look forward to where it's going to continue to go. Thank you so much for listening. If you don't already, please subscribe to the podcast on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. And please, please, please share with a friend. That's it. Thanks for tuning in. If this conversation resonated with you, I'd love for you to follow the podcast wherever you listen and share it with another mom building something meaningful. If you want deeper behind the scenes reflections that I don't share anywhere else, join my email list at themamamakingpodcast.com. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.